With many trades and intriguing prospects throughout the 2018 draft, a few surprises includes Luka Doncic being traded to the Dallas Mavericks in exchange for Trae Young. Colin Sexton says he's excited to play with LeBron James, potentially convincing him to stay in Cleveland, but that's a long shot. Two former ACC rivals, Grayson Allen and Donovan Mitchell, will team up together in the Jazz backcourt. How's it going, guys? My name is Wilson. With plenty of reactions and question marks for the coming season, of course there will be a bunch of players in this class who will be future All-Stars, including a few franchise players. A bunch of them will also turn out to be busts. Here are 5 of the biggest deals in the 2018 draft. Number 5, Michael Porter Jr. I'm sure everybody was shocked Porter wasn't even a top 10 pick and was drafted all the way to 14, with plenty of teams like the Knicks, Sixers, and Hornets passing up on the electrifying 6'10 small forward. Given his recent back injuries, only played 3 games with Missouri due to undergoing back surgery. Porter's health led to many concerns, claiming the extent of his hip injuries over the last few days were exaggerated. Regardless whether MPJ will be 100% come October, his past success cannot be ignored. Ranked as the number 2 high school prospect, if there was no one and done rule, Porter might have been selected number 1 in last year's draft. With his amazing scoring ability, creating his own shot at his size, Porter is clearly one of the most talented players in this draft and can even end up being the best player from this class a few years from now. Despite the negativity, the 19-year-old phenom says he'll make sure this pick is the best pick the organization has ever made. Remember, this Nuggets team was a win away from making the postseason and has plenty of solid players in Gary Harris, Jamal Murray, Paul Millsap, and franchise center Nikola Jokic. Porter's game will allow the Nuggets to become one of the best offensive teams in the league, if healthy. Number 4, Donte DiVincenzo. Selected 17 by the Milwaukee Bucks, the 6'5" shooting guard is one of the most polarizing players this year. From not appearing in many mock drafts before the tournament to almost being a lottery pick. The Bucks struggled from behind the arc with their lack of shooting, but Donte shot 40% from downtown, is a tremendous athlete who excels in the big moments, putting up 31 in the title game, winning most outstanding player. His toughness and grit on defense, playing alongside Giannis, will be must-see television, complementing Chris Middleton in the backcourt. Even after March Madness, the Michael Jordan of Delaware excelled at the draft combines, had a vertical leap of 42 inches, one of the fastest players in the draft, and will only continue to get better. Number 3, the Phoenix Suns grabbing Mikal Bridges in exchange for 16 overall pick Zaire Smith to the Sixers. The hometown kid played ball at Villanova. His mother works at the human resource department with the Sixers. After he was drafted 45 minutes later, everything changed. The 6'7" wing is arguably the best two-way player in the draft, plays excellent defense, while pairing him up with Devin Booker, who is also 21 years old, alongside DeAndre Ayton, who will be an absolute monster in the NBA. Phoenix has a great young core, while the future is extremely bright in the Valley of the Sun. Drafting a franchise center with David Robinson's skill set and Bridges, who shot over 40% from 3, combined with his 7-foot wingspan, Phoenix has all the tools to succeed in a couple years, not to mention Josh Jackson. Number 2, the Chicago Bulls drafting Chandler Hutchinson, 22nd overall. The 6'7" Mountain West Player of the Year averaged 20 points, almost 8 rebounds, and 1.5 steals in his senior year with Boise State. Very rarely do you see a guy stay all 4 years in college in this day and age, but Chandler was a late boomer, improved drastically, averaging 3.1 points freshman year. Although he didn't attend the combine, Chandler has all the physical tools to become an impactful player, effectively scoring in multiple ways, finishes well around the rim, and has great speed in the open court. Proving that he can create his own shot, the aggressive wing averaged 7.2 free throws in college, reminds many people of Kyle Kuzma, who was one of the biggest deals last year. The Bulls also drafted the 6'10" Wendell Carter, is probably the least talked about lottery pick. Not a flashy player, but does all the little things from hustling, rebounds well, plays excellent defense, makes winning plays that might not show up on the box score. His game reminds me a lot of Al Horford, who is also considered an undersized center at 6'10", but an excellent NBA player. You can call the Chicago Bulls the Remarkables in this 2018 draft. Number 1, perhaps the steal of the decade, Luka Doncic to Dallas in exchange for the 5th pick Trae Young and a future first. The 19-year-old sensation is the most hyped international prospect in NBA history. After leading his team to the EuroLeague championships, winning MVP, Luka is already the best player overseas, playing in the 2nd best professional basketball league in the world. Known as a generational type player at 6'8", with incredible passing ability, running the offense and making his teammates better, his composure combined with his basketball IQ and excellent shooting, he is head and shoulders ahead of his time, teaming up with future mentor Dirk Nowitzki, perhaps passing on the torch from one Dallas legend to another. The Mavs are in excellent position to rebuild and adding more young pieces. While Trae Young was legendary in college, but a huge gamble, personally, I believe Young will put up great numbers, but his impact defensively will be a huge concern because of his small frame and often turns the ball over. A few years from now, the Hawks will regret trading Luka Doncic. Thank you so much for watching this video. What are your thoughts on the 2018 NBA Draft? Let me know in the comments below. I talk NBA comparisons, amazing storylines, NBA history, and anything basketball that would interest you. If you love my channel, subscribe for more content. See you next time.